This is the shape editor example that comes with the Shapes 3D library, and in this video I will show how to use it to design and create tubes and extrusions. There are 3 stages which you move between using the large 3 green buttons on the right. The first stage is the path editor mode. In this mode we can see 4 different views of our path. In the bottom right we can see a 3D representation of the path which we can rotate and view from different angles. The green balls are the control points. At the moment they specify a Bezier spline where the path passes through all of the control points. The alternative is the Bezier curve where the control points form a hull. The Bezier curve starts and ends with the first and last control points, and the intermediate points influence the path direction between them. The detail slider controls how many slices will be created along the path. The more slices, the smoother the curved surface. The other graphs are 3 orthogonal projections of the control points in the XY, YZ, and ZX planes. We use these graphs to add, delete, and move control points. As the mouse moves over one of these graphs, the control points and connectors turn red when they are selected, and they are also highlighted in the other graphs. To delete a control point, simply select it and click on it. To add a control point, simply click on the selected connector and a new control point appears at the connector's midpoint. To move a control point or connector, simply select and drag it with the mouse. The mouse wheel can be used to zoom in and out of the projection, and dragging on the background moves the view in the projection plane. The original scale and position can be restored by clicking on the view's background. The next stage is to define the shape's cross-section, but before that I will create the path I want for my shape, which will look something like a soldier's bugle. Now I am ready to design the cross-section, so I click the Contour Editor button. In the top left is the section editor where we can choose between oval for a tube and polygon for an extrusion. The section editor is always centered on the path center, but you can zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. Polygon vertices can be added, deleted and moved in the same way as the path control points. The only restriction is that the sides of the polygon does not intersect with each other. The slider on the right rotates the polygon about the path center, and below it the 2D slider moves the whole contour relative to the path center. For my shape I want a circular cross-section, so I click on oval. The slider on the right now controls the number of segments around the tube. I want the surface to be smooth, so I set it fairly high. I can modify the size and contour of the cross-section by dragging the control point. Notice that I can create elliptical sections, but I want mine to be circular, so I can constrain the section to a circle by clicking the button below the slider. To create the bugle shape, I need to be able to expand the ends of the tube. I can do this by varying the scale of the cross-section along the length of the tube. This graph allows me to change the scale at different points along the length, either in the X or Y directions, not both at the same time. I'm going to increase the number of control points so I have a finer control over the final shape. So I increase the scale at both ends of the tube. But I need to apply the same scale in both X and Y directions. These buttons allow me to copy the scale from one axis to another or reset them both. So I copy the X scaler and we're almost done. For most tubes and extrusions you can leave the path orthogonal to default, but if you get unwanted twists in the shape along its length, then try each of the 4 options and choose the one giving the best results. The next stage is to generate the sketch code to create and display our shape. Click on the Code Editor tab. Although you can edit the code, I suggest you simply click on the red button to copy the code, then paste it into a new processing project. The code is fully functional, so run the sketch to show the shape.